So I am just about done outlining everything that needs outlining. So here again, I'm going to jump over, but then I'm going to trace the edge of the ice back there that would continue out from behind him. Maybe some more lines for texture there. All right, and now I can add color. So there's a few different ways you can do that. You could use crayons, color pencils, markers, paint, anything. I'm gonna use paint, but then I'm gonna show you guys another trick you can do with water-based markers. So here I have my watercolor set. I have my bucket of water. So I'm gonna zoom out just so you guys see my workspace a little bit more. So adding color to this is not gonna take me a long amount of time because most of the stuff in here is gonna be white. Yetis are also called abominable, that's a hard word to say, snowmen. So the problem is supposedly nobody's ever seen a real one before. And a lot of people have the theory that they're out there, but since their fur is white, they blend in with the snow where they would live and you don't see them very much. They stay hidden. So I'm adding some color to the horns there. I'm gonna add some color to his eyes. I think I like the idea of him having blue eyes. So just the tip of the brush in there. All right, so his fur is gonna be white, but I don't think he'd be super clean. So maybe there's gonna be a few places with a little bit of dirt on him, just to add some contrast between one part of him and the next part. Then I'm gonna clean out my brush, run it over the edge of the bucket, and I'm gonna blend that brown into the white of his fur. So he can still stay camouflaged. Nobody's gonna see him hanging out near the ski slopes or anything. And then I'm gonna add color to the ice. All right, so maybe there, instead of using paint, I could use color pencils or crayons and add some, but I'm gonna show you guys a trick that you can actually do with water-based markers. So a lot of people might think, oh, I don't have paint at my house, you know, so maybe it seems like you don't have those supplies, but if you have these markers, you could actually use them like paint. So if you're somewhere where you don't have paint and you don't have a paint set, you probably don't have a paintbrush, so I'm gonna use something else besides a paintbrush. So I'm gonna use these Q-tips. So they will hold and absorb water, so I can use that in place of it. So let's say I'm gonna take this blue marker here, and I'm just gonna add some color along certain edges of the ice that he's standing on. And looking at this, guys, I realized I forgot to trace his little claws on his toenails. I'm gonna put a little there. And then this is just gonna bug me and I won't be able to sleep tonight, so I gotta do these. That's why you always check your work. You guys caught me. But since I found it and fixed it, it's not a mistake. Now, if I work quick enough, I can actually get that blue to act like paint. So I'm gonna take my Q-tip and dip it in some water. Then I'm gonna touch it to the blue ink, and it actually lets me pull that around. So I can take that and blend that in, and it looks a little icier when I do that. I can even use some that's left on it from me working. Maybe underneath his feet would seem a little darker, so I'm gonna put a little bit of that blue there. The black Sharpie line won't move like that because the ink is permanent, but because I use those Crayola markers for that, then this water-based ink, this will move around. So I can wet it some more if I need to. So a lot of us that thought, oh, I don't have any paint right now where I'm at. If you brought your markers with you, you actually do, okay? You could even twist the end of a paper towel and use that in place of a paintbrush. All right, so there's one more effect I'm gonna show you guys in the background.